everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we should have a fun one on our hands. It's the Seahawks coming in at 5-4, going up against the Falcons, who come in at 6-3.
Okay, Larry, we are just south of historic Pioneer Square at CenturyLink Field in the beautiful city of Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. They run, Devontae Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be second down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, they'll run with Freeman. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They toss to Freeman. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, that run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A phrase we said a lot last year, Ryan to Jones for a Falcon first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate.
And Freeman lost the football. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now the rookie 7th rounder. This is Chris Carson. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Second down following the run. From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll toss it out to Carson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick: make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wilson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can drive as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So it'll be first down here after the run. Freeman again, a first down carry. And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On 3rd down, that's Freeman. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. On first down, Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Maxwell. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Only able to get it to his own 20 after breaking through the contact. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Now John Ryan, 12th year in the league, on to punt it away. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Freeman. getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Now Ryan on second down. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to...
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On second down, Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be knocked down sideways. Right there at the 43. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the ball is knocked out. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Michael Bannon. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw on second down. Ryan, he's going to air one out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Here's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And on 2nd and 10 now. They run again with Carson. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Lacey. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time. And now it's 4th down. Here's John Ryan now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you across the country to Orlando. Standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. From the gun, Wilson. And he'll as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's John Ryan now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the...
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Mike Bennett in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Finding room inside the 40. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. And that one makes it 14-7. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now it's Carson looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. On second down, here's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. After the interception, here's Ryan. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit and hold it until the evening. It's almost like a Broadway premiere. Got to wait until the nighttime to go out there in front of the bright lights. And boy, has he harnessed himself really well, and now he's unleashing it on the opponents. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
The Falcons on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
They come out here in the eye. They'll look to run with Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. To throw on second down. Ryan, that's complete right around the 8. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Seahawks. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It's caught, Lockett. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Play action. Now Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
This is Carson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Now a toss play. It's Carson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. They run it with Carson. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. First down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 37. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They go play action with Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Lacey gets the handoff from Wilson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So a big one there, as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the 4th quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations. The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Finding Gabriel, complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From the shotgun, Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. That 2nd down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Second and 10. It's Ryan again. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get it. Oh, no, he lost the football. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. Now Wilson on second down. They're taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Luke Wilson, his second touchdown on the season. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. And the lead is up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Cliff Averill in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Looking to throw on second down. Ryan. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Cliff Averill in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Operating from the gun. Ryan. Michael Bannon. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Now it's Lockett. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
The Seahawks on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Seahawks, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.